The only other question I have is you're talking about 50 copies, so it's $200 a copy? No?
I don't know how many copies Cow Creek made. I think they put it on the website, which ours would be also. And, but, you know, they had $17,000 plus donated time for a 7-minute video.
Right. I don't think they've had quite the lawsuits we've had in the last week. Anybody else want to see any questions in the audience about the video? Yes, ma'am.
I just want to say I think it's really wonderful because I think the residents on the Trinity Aquifer really need to be informed, and the younger we start, I'm hoping this is going into the schools, the younger we start, the better chance we have of having our citizens be informed of how to handle our water. So I'm really excited to hear about this project. So I hope it gets adequately funded.
Anybody else here? Anybody? No? All right, item 5. Discussion only, update on water education tool. Rick.
I was asked to start a project, what I call the water educational tool. And I had come up with a little booklet idea. Some of you in the office have seen it. It's just a rough idea of, give me an outline of topics I wanted to hit, maps, this subject matter, give me something to start with. I started speaking with the Dripping Springs City Hall. I met with our local dripping realtor. I went with the Dripping Springs Independent School District representative of media. And about a week later, someone developed a book very similar to what I was going to start working on, which you guys all have a copy of. So,
Basically the same type format is what you're talking about.
exactly, with maps.
Right. Not an advertising magazine.
No, this was.
Right. That, when I look at that magazine, I like the idea of the magazine, but that's not what you were going to do, the Hays County advertising for everybody.
No, but it hit a lot of the
Right,
points. And why create two things very similar to each other. This is widely distributed. So I refocused from this to something that looked more like this, and stuck with water, groundwater, rainwater, surface water. Again, I like to make myself little books and ideas of how it was going to fall out, pictures, give me an idea of size. Obviously, this is really small, but I had to start somewhere. I've started. It's busy in the office. We just finished, again, our monitoring run, but each meeting I like to get a little bit more and more ahead of this project. Any questions?
You're making progress.
Great idea. Great ideas.
Why don't you use that one as a starting point?
All right, we are going
Made by
to,
somebody else.
No, the one you showed me
Rick.
in the office that day.
Probably a coloring book or something.
Yeah.
we're going to now go to addendum A. Public comments will be heard prior to us going into executive session. If anybody has any public comments on addendum A, pending lawsuit of Wimberley Valley Watershed Association and other plaintiffs, discuss primary contact for litigation management. Does anybody want to speak on this item? But Roger, you didn't write anything up for this.
I did too.
Oh, you did, I'm sorry. Yes, sir, you did. I was a little slow on the uptake. And we're going to hear any comment, anybody wants to speak before, then we're going to go into executive session, and then if we'll come back out after executive session. Go ahead. 3 minutes, please.
I will beat your egg timer, sir. Thank you very much, Mr. Skipton, fellow board members. I must beseech the board not to spend a single dime on this lawsuit. Do not spend any of the district's money on the lawsuit whatsoever. It is absolutely fraudulent and wasteful. I know you're in a rough situation. but we shouldn't be forced to spend money we haven't got, and certainly to take money away from the primary focus of this district, which is education, outreach, and looking to improve the qualities of the water we have here, I think would be very wasteful. And I would ask you to do no more, as we have now received the documents to say that it is actually we're being sued, that we should have the district manager, with the assistance of the board, request a summary judgment. It's a very simple process. This isn't about egos, it's about the law. People feel the board has broken the law as they have exercised their authority and their jurisdiction, and no more than that. No one is benefiting or gaining. It's a simple question of the law. So let us request a summary judgment, and then the justice takes that whichever court gets it, then makes the decision, and if they find in favour of the district, things stay they are. If they find in favour of the plaintiff, then they will ask the district to do something, some change, to bring it into compliance with the law. No monies will be attributed. The district will not be put in a position whereby it has to pay anybody a fee, because you are elected officials, but you are voluntary. And I do not see any court allocating an award against this district or its members. And so I really ask you most strongly to consider to spend no money at all. Thank you. Thank you, Lord.
Anybody else like to talk about this issue? If you'd like to have your 3 minutes, just, I'll try.
Hello, my name is Bill Davis. Roger Q is a much more eloquent speaker. I was a little concerned at first when he said spend no more money than necessary. The problem is, Hayes Trinity isn't the one that brought this lawsuit. They're a defendant. They have to defend themselves. That's the first point. Second point is a motion for summary judgment is great if you can determine all the issues of the trial at that point. If it's not, then you're going to have to go to trial. Okay, so it cannot necessarily be resolved by a motion for summary judgment. Third, I think it's important to establish in this proceeding whether organizations such as WVWA have standing, because otherwise you're going to have this problem with organizations claiming they have standing time after time when permits get requested. This district is in the process of revising its rules, and I think that the outcome of this court, especially if there's an issue as to standing, is relevant to the rule development process. Finally, I'd like to point out that if the district prevails, the plaintiffs will be paying the district's legal fees. The reverse is not the case. So I fully expect the district is going to recover any fees that the plaintiffs force the district to incur. So I'd encourage the district to seize this opportunity. I'm not talking about frivolous litigation. I'm not talking about enhanced discovery or anything of that nature, but simply getting to the bottom of some of these legal issues so they can determine now and forevermore. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else like to make any comments on this before we go into executive session? All right. It is 7 o'clock, and we will now go into executive session and be back soon. Here, pledge we go to.